The Desperate People by Francis Durbridge. Read by Neil Pearson. Chapter 1. Detective Inspector Hyde stood in front of an open window in the Royal Falcon Hotel at Maidenhead and gazed at the river glinting in the September sun. A tranquil scene, he reflected, and yet, in this attractively thatched, half-timbered old coaching inn, a young soldier had recently committed suicide. Hyde's thoughts were disturbed by the sudden tearing of tyres on gravel as a silver-grey Lancia Flaminia drove into the courtyard and wrenched to a stop. A man of about 35 jumped out, and the constable on duty at the hotel's main entrance stepped forward. "I'm Philip Holt, the dead man's brother," Hyde heard the young man explain tensely. "Inspector Hyde's expecting you, sir. I'll take you right up." As the two men disappeared from view, Hyde glanced at his watch. Even with a car as powerful as the Lancia, Holt had certainly lost no time in getting from London to Maidenhead. It was scarcely an hour since the police had telephoned him in London. A moment later there was a tap on the door, and Philip Holt was shown in. "You've made very good time, sir," Hyde commented as they shook hands. "I got here as soon as I could, Inspector," Philip said. "I know the road. I was out this way only last night, as a matter of fact. I was one of the judges at a photographic competition in Marlow." "You're a professional photographer, aren't you, sir? You have a studio in London, I believe." "That's right, Inspector. In Westminster, near the Houses of Parliament. The studio adjoins my flat. But what on earth was my brother doing in these parts? I was astounded when I heard the news. He told me he was going to Dublin." Hyde raised his eyebrows at this interesting piece of information, but decided to defer comment for the moment. He observed the casually dressed figure with untidy chestnut hair, and the serious features which, unknown to the inspector, could so quickly be transformed into a smile. "Do you think I could see my brother?" Philip asked. Hyde nodded. "The body has been removed from the hotel room, but as a formality I shall have to ask you to identify him." "Of course." Philip took out a cigarette case and lit a cigarette. His face was ashen, and his hands trembled slightly as he slipped his lighter back into his pocket. "First of all," Hyde said quietly, "I think perhaps you ought to see your brother's room. Would you mind coming with me, sir?" He led the way into the hotel corridor and up a flight of deeply carpeted stairs. Room 27 was a hotel bedroom like many others, perhaps with a shade more comfort and decorative taste than might have been expected of a single room in an English hotel. The empty bed had been roped off, but there was no sign of detectives carrying out the customary minute search. Evidently they had completed their work while Philip had been driving out from London. There was a small blood stain on the pillow, and a sheet of white paper lay on the night table nearby. Inspector Hyde picked it up. "It's addressed to you, sir." Philip appeared to hesitate. "We've taken our prints, sir. It's all right to handle it." Philip took the note and read the simple, handwritten message. "Dear Philip, please forgive me. This is the only way out. Rex." He stood holding the note for what seemed a long time. Eventually he became aware of the mute question in the inspector's eyes. "Yes, it's Rex's handwriting, all right." "You're quite sure about that, sir? It's very important." "Yes, I'm quite sure." Hyde nodded and took the sheet of paper from him. "We naturally took photographs before removing the body for autopsy," he went on. "May I see them?" "Yes, of course. I suggest we go downstairs. There's a quiet room that the hotel have put at our disposal where we can talk. As soon as the prints are ready, they'll be brought to me there." It was a private lounge to which the inspector led Philip. The scent of fresh roses filled the tastefully furnished room, which was empty and very quiet. During their talk, a plain-clothes detective tapped on the door and brought the expected prints, still limp and slightly damp, and the inspector discreetly busied himself with his pipe while Philip studied them. After
Sample complete. Ready to continue?